Welcome back to my channel. Today we have two mystery bags from Pure Cosmetics. Alright, the first thing we pull out is this gloss called Chrome Glaze in the color DYI. I think it's interesting that it's called Chrome Glaze when there's nothing chrome about it. It is pretty, it is glossy, and yeah, I like the color. I think this is a really good pale color for me. I think it's gonna look really good over top of some of my lip colors. So this is gonna be really exciting for me to use. Next we have Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick in the color Passion. And this is interesting. Feels a little different. I like the color. It's really pink, but you know, bold colors like that doesn't scare me one bit. So, and I think if that color dries down a little bit and then if you put the gloss over it, I think that would be really pretty. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Next we have a Pur Minerals blush brush, and I like the fact that this actually has blush on there, so you know what they intended it to be used for. But again, with the brushes, I think some of them all kind of look alike, and you can pretty much use them for whatever you need to use them for. But still happy to have the brush. Next we have the Midnight Masquerade Face Palette. And I had actually got this in a BoxyCharm several months ago, so I am not going to swatch this. I'm sure some people might cringe at this, but I actually took my palette, and because it's cardboard, I broke it deliberately to pop out the different colors and put the colors in a magnetic palette. So basically, because I had so many different palettes that there were a lot of colors that I weren't using because I couldn't see them. So I took them out of the palette containers and put them all together so I could see them. So yeah, I'm not going to be showing you my other palette for that reason. But I'm going to leave this like this, not touch it, because I already have it, and just pass this along. But I do really like the colors. I do wear them quite a bit, so I don't have anything negative to say about this palette. Next we have the Mineral Glow Bronzing Powder. I don't really use bronzing powders too much because, I mean, look how that looks on my skin tone. See, my face is kind of red. That's not good. Something's irritating it. Anyways, but if you look at that, it's kind of, yeah. I don't know if it's going to do much bronzing as much as stick out on my skin, but I'll try it. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we pulled out two brushes. One is a liquid chisel brush, is what they call it, and the other one is a contour blending brush. So the contour blending brush says that right on the handle right there, which I am thankful for because I'm not going to remember that. That's what they intended it for. And then this other one is I guess it's the liquid one, but the thing for me is it's like I'm looking at these and there's definitely a different feel. This is smoother, this is a little bit more prickly, and if it's just sitting on my I got that glare in there, sorry guys, but if it's just sitting, you know, on my vanity where all my makeup is, I'm going to look at them and go, what's the difference? And I'm going to use them for whatever. So for me, it's like, it's helpful when they do write stuff on it, like contouring brush, because then I know what they intended it for. But again, at the same time, it doesn't really matter what you use it for as long as it works for you, because sometimes you can change the brushes around and use them for different things and it works great for you. Don't ever feel like you're obligated to use the things that they tell you for what it was intended. You can play around with things and just don't be afraid. It's makeup, it washes off, and these brushes can be cleaned as well. So don't worry about that. Alright, so we pulled out a couple more brushes from the bag, and Luckily for me, these have their intended purposes on them. This one is the crease brush, and this one is the brow sculpt and groom. So I'm sure you can use it for other things too, but that's what it is. Like sometimes I use these spoolies to like separate my eyelashes if they get all clumped up. So again, do what you gotta do. Don't feel all stuck. Next we have the On Point lip liner in color Low Key. I did a couple lines so you can see it on my hand a little bit. And you know, I don't wear liners very often, which I should, because I'm at the age that my lips are starting to bleed a little bit, and lip liners help kind of contain that a little bit. Next we have the Skin Perfecting Concealer Brush for concealing and contouring. Okay, so I do like these brushes. I like to get the foundation ones because they're really big, and after I've already put my blush and stuff on, I'll take the foundation one and just sweep it across, and it just kind of makes it look all smooth and just really pretty. But I do like these brushes, so I'm not upset about this. But I've never actually used the brush for concealing, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, the very last item is the Pure Pro 18. I probably didn't even say that right. 18. Artist Curated 18-piece eyeshadow palette. I actually really like all these colors together. Look at that. That is... I kind of messed up right here. Sorry. I do want to try that purple color again because I don't know about that one. It looks like you don't see any purple on that. It like legit looks black. Like on here, it looks like purple. Well, it's weird because in there it doesn't look that purple, but it looks like a purplish blue color. And then when you swipe it, it legit looks black. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not really sure how well this is gonna work for colors, but these are all super pigmented and super pretty, so I am excited about using these. And with all these colors, I have plenty to experiment with this next 5 days, so that is going to be fun. Alright, I have tried everything out in the Pur mystery boxes, or bags. I guess they're bags this time. So my trial is a little bit delayed because my eyes were still irritated from the pressed pigment palette that I had tried. And so like Monday everything, or not Monday, the first day everything wore fine. Then the second day I was outside and the pollen was hitting my eyes, and my eyes were already agitated from the pressed pigments and hadn't fully recovered. So with my allergies and stuff, it just got really bad. So day 3, when I wore the makeup, it looked good for a couple hours, but because of my eyes watering so bad, I did something I almost never do. In fact, no, I never do it. I took off my eye makeup completely in the middle of the workday because it was itching so bad. And then, you know, I ended up using diaper rash cream to deal with the rashes around my eyes, and super exciting. So know that even though I had those agitations, that was not this palette. When you have extreme sensitive skin, it's pretty easy to pinpoint what things irritate you. Not, you know, because it really just starts itching and burning, and you know. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this and know that my opinions of this is not the product. It is any issues I had was my skin. Okay? So, again, this palette right here, the Midnight one, Midnight Masquerade. I'll show you what it looks like again. This one right here. I did not use it. It's still in the plastic because that one is going to go into a giveaway. And that is because I already have that one and I use it a lot. I really like it. So, that aside, We had a lot of brushes, and I'm not going to review them individually because I used them all. You can look at them, you can see I still have some of the color in them. I didn't use this one too much. I did use this in to separate my eyelashes when the mascara got all nasty. I did use this on my eyebrows a little bit, and it is an eyebrow brush, so I didn't use this one for contouring. I used it for concealer, and I did like it. And I didn't use this one for contouring because I also had a contour brush, and I used that one for contouring, and I did like it. And I don't do heavy contouring. I know some people do, but every time I think of heavy contouring, I think of the 90s really bad foundation and the foundation line that existed around here, and it wasn't blended out and it was gross. And when I look at a lot of contouring, that's kind of what I think of. I mean, it might be great for photos, but it's not really great for everyday wear, so not something I normally do. Blush brush was great. I didn't think I'd like it too much because of the way it was shaped. I did like it. I used it this morning. And this was another one I didn't think I'd like. This is for like liquid foundations and stuff. The first time I used it, I put the foundation directly on it and put it on, and I didn't really care for that. I just didn't like the way it looked. But what I ended up doing is I would take my foundation and put it on a beauty blender and then dab it on and then blend it in with this, and I really did like the way it looked, and I will probably keep using this for my foundation because I did like the way it looked. Moving on, Mineral Glow bronzing powder here. Now, I'm usually not a fan of bronzing powder, and it doesn't even look like I used it, but trust me, I did use it. I actually have it on, and you can't, like I said, I don't put bronzers and contouring on heavy. Plus, I'm so white and pale that if I did it, it would look more like mud, so I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, yeah, I liked it. It was a lot prettier than I thought it was gonna be, a lot lighter than I thought it was gonna be. It was really nice. So, very pleased with that. I only wore this color like once, this liquid lip. But I really did like this liquid lip. So, I mean, I liked it. It felt creamy going on. It lasted all day. The only complaint is it's like, you know, when you first put it on, it's this nice, beautiful fuchsia color. And as it wears and it lightens, it ends up looking more hot pink. So, did it last? Yes, but the pigment of the color wasn't the same. So it is something you'll probably have to reapply a little bit just to keep the same color. But other than that, I did like it. And I actually have the lip liner on right now and this gloss. And I'm working on loving lip liners again. You know, it's, once again, I kind of find it a necessary step, but I need to deal with those bleeding lips a little bit and kind of contain my lip products a little bit. But I did like this color. It wears great. It's nice. And I do really like this gloss. I think it's a great color and it goes with a lot of things. So I find it, you know, even though it's like a pink color, it is a very neutral color. So you can wear it with different eyeshadow colors. So, moving to the last thing, we have this palette, and I went through phases with how I felt about this palette because I didn't feel like the colors looked like what's in the palette when I first started using it. So at first I was very unhappy because like I would use this blue and it didn't look like that shade of blue, and that kind of annoyed me because, I mean, you look at these colors, that's what you want it to look like on your eyes. However, it grew on me. Like, I have, let me see what colors I have on now. I have this one on the eyelid, the bottom part here. And then I went in with Billionaire, kind of in the crease area. And the corner of the crease area went with the Midnight. So you can kind of see it. I did it very lightly because, you know, day wear. But I did like it. It's just not super hyper pigmented in the way that I'm used to it. It is pigmented, it's just not, like, when you apply it, it's not going to look exactly like that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I did like it. Just know that if you're looking for it to be true to the colors in it, it's not. It's slightly different, and it applies in a more neutral looking shade. But other than that, I did like it. So for me, with these mystery bags, I did like them. I do think that they're good products. I would recommend trying the mystery bags. Just be aware that if you get them, they do tend to be brush heavy. So if you don't like brushes, makeup brushes, don't get them, because half of what you're gonna get is brushes. But if you really don't care, go for it. You know, they had great palettes, they had a lot to choose from, and I really did enjoy that.